Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's at the heart of parenting. Understanding our children's big emotions. If you've ever felt bewildered by your child's sudden tantrum or meltdown, wondering where it came from, you're in the right place. And trust me, you're not alone. Let's start with a foundational idea. For kids, especially young ones, behavior is communication. When they don't have the words to say, "I'm feeling overwhelmed," or "I'm frustrated because I can't build this tower," that frustration doesn't just disappear. It comes out in other ways as screaming, hitting, throwing things, or just collapsing into a puddle of tears. They aren't trying to be bad or manipulate you. They are communicating the only way they know how. Their little brains are still developing, and the part responsible for emotional regulation, the prefrontal cortex, won't be fully mature until they're So, when they have a huge emotional reaction to something that seems small to us, it's because their internal alarm system is going off, and they don't have the tools to turn it down yet. Our job as parents isn't to stop the emotion, but to help them navigate it. So, what do we do in that heated moment? Your child is on the floor, screaming because you gave them the blue cup instead of the red one. Your first instinct might be to get frustrated yourself, to say, "Stop crying, it's just a cup." But this often makes things worse. Why? Because it dismisses their feeling. In their world, that cup mattered. The most powerful thing you can do first is to stay calm yourself. Take a deep breath. Your calm is contagious. You are their anchor in this emotional storm. If you get swept up in it, you both end up drowning. Remember, you're the adult with the fully developed brain. You can pause, breathe, and choose your response. This simple act of self-regulation is not just for you. It's also modeling for your child how to handle big feelings. Once you've found your own calm, the next step is to get down on their level, both physically and emotionally. Connect with them. Before we ever try to correct a behavior, we must connect with the child. Think of it as connection before correction. A child who feels threatened, misunderstood, or alone can't learn. Their brain is in survival mode. But a child who feels safe and seen can calm down and listen. So, kneel down, make gentle eye contact if they'll let you, and simply acknowledge what's happening. You can say something like, "Wow, you are so angry right now. You really wanted the red cup, and I gave you the blue one. That's really frustrating." Notice what we just did there. We named the emotion. This is a game changer. When you give their big, scary feeling a name: angry, sad, disappointed, frustrated, it makes the feeling less overwhelming. It externalizes it. It's no longer this mysterious, all-consuming force inside them. It's just a feeling. And feelings have names. You're not saying the behavior is okay. You're saying the feeling is okay. There's a huge difference. You're essentially being their emotional translator, helping them understand their own internal world. You can say, "It's okay to feel angry, but it's not okay to throw the cup." See, we validate the feeling while holding a boundary on the behavior. This validation is pure magic. It tells your child, "I see you. I hear you. Your feelings make sense." Imagine you're having a terrible day and you tell a friend about it. If they say, "Oh, get over it," how do you feel? Probably dismissed and even more upset. But if they say, "Wow, that sounds incredibly stressful. I can understand why you're so upset," you instantly feel a sense of relief. You feel understood. It's the same for our kids, but 100 times more powerful. When they feel understood, their defenses lower. The need to scream and fight to be heard starts to fade away, because they have been heard. This is when their logical brain can start to come back online. This is the moment connection has paved the way for correction or problem solving. After you've connected and validated, and the emotional storm has started to pass, you can move on. You might say, "I see you're still sad about the cup. What can we do to solve this? Would you like to use the red cup for your snack later? Or should we wash it now?" You're empowering them to be part of the solution. This teaches them problem-solving skills and shows them that after a big feeling passes, they can take action to make things better. It's not about giving in to every demand. It's about working together. Sometimes the answer is no, and that's okay too. You can still show empathy. "I know you're sad we can't have ice cream for breakfast. I get sad when I can't have what I want to. We can have it for dessert tonight." You're holding the boundary firmly but kindly. This process isn't just for toddlers and tantrums. It works for older kids and teenagers, too. Their cup might be a conflict with a friend, a bad grade, or not being invited to a party. The principle is the same. Instead of jumping to fix it or lecture them, start by listening and validating. "That sounds really hurtful that she said that to you. Or you must be so disappointed about that test after studying so hard." Let them talk. Let them feel. Let them feel. Don't rush to solutions. Often, they just need a safe space to vent and feel understood. Once they've processed the emotion with you, they're often capable of finding their own solutions. Your role is to be their sounding board and their safe harbor, not their cruise director. So, how do we build this emotional vocabulary in our kids from the start? We can do it in everyday moments, not just in times of crisis. Talk about emotions casually. When you're reading a book, you can say, "Look at the bear's face. He looks very surprised, doesn't he?" Or if you're watching a movie, "She looks so happy to see her friend." You can also talk about your own feelings in an age-appropriate way. "I'm feeling a little frustrated because I can't find my keys." Or "I feel so happy when we all laugh together like this." This normalizes emotions and gives your child a rich vocabulary to draw from. The more words they have for their feelings, the more they can use those words to communicate instead of using their bodies. Let's recap the key steps. First, regulate yourself. Your calm is their lifeline. Second, connect before you correct. Get on their level and offer a safe presence. Third, name and validate the feeling. Be their emotional translator. "You are feeling so mad." Fourth, once they're calm, you can set limits on behavior and problem solve together. It's okay to be mad, but it's not okay to hit. What's a better way to show me you're mad? And finally, build their emotional vocabulary in everyday life. This approach isn't a quick fix, and it's not about being a perfect parent. It's a practice. There will be days you lose your cool. There will be days it feels like nothing is working. That's okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. Every time you respond with empathy, every time you choose connection, you are strengthening your relationship with your child. You are wiring their brain for emotional intelligence and resilience. You re-giving them a gift that will last a lifetime. The knowledge that their feelings are valid and that they are loved unconditionally, even in their messiest moments. And that is one of the most powerful things we can do as parents. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this was helpful. If you have any strategies that have worked for you and your family, please share them in the comments below. I love reading your insights and creating a community here where we can all learn from each other. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on mindful parenting. See you in the next one. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're rediving into a topic that is at the heart of parenting: how to communicate calmly and clearly with our kids. It sounds simple, but we all know that in the heat of the moment, when your child is having a meltdown or just not listening, staying calm can feel like an impossible task. But here's the thing, it's probably the single most effective tool we have. When we communicate calmly, we're not just getting our message across, we're modeling emotional regulation and creating a sense of safety for our children. And a child who feels safe is a child who is much more likely to listen and cooperate. So, let's start with the basics. Why is a calm tone so powerful? Imagine your child is already upset. Maybe they're frustrated with a toy or angry with a sibling. Their little nervous system is in overdrive. If we come in with a loud, stressed, or angry voice, we're essentially pouring fuel on the fire. Our stress just adds to their stress, and it escalates the whole situation. On the other hand, when we approach them with a soft, steady voice, we become an anchor in their emotional storm. Our calmness is contagious in a good way. It sends a nonverbal message that says, "I'm here, you're safe, and we can figure this out together." This de-escalates their big feelings and opens the door for them to actually hear what we're saying. Now, let's talk about clarity. We often overestimate how much information our kids can process at once, especially when they're young or upset. Have you ever given a long list of instructions like, "Okay, go upstairs, put your toys away, brush your teeth, get your pajamas on, and then pick out a book"? For a child, that's like trying to remember a complex password. They might get the first step, but the rest just becomes a jumble of words. This is where the one step at a time rule is a game changer. Instead of a long list, just give the very next instruction. Say, "It's time to get ready for bed. First, let's go upstairs." Once you're upstairs, you can say, "Great. Now, let's put your cars back in the bin." By breaking it down, you're setting them up for success. Each completed task is a small win that builds momentum. You're guiding them through the routine, not just dictating it from afar. This approach reduces overwhelm and makes it so much easier for them to follow through. Using simple words is key here, too. We don't need to use complex vocabulary. "Put the blocks in the box" is much clearer than "Please organize your building materials into their designated container." Simple, direct, and kind is the way to go. So, how do we actually stay calm when our own buttons are being pushed? This is the hard part, and it takes practice. The first step is to recognize your own triggers. What situations make you feel flustered or angry? Is it the morning rush? The mess in the living room? When you feel that frustration bubbling up, the most powerful thing you can do is pause. Just for a second, take a deep breath before you speak. This tiny moment can be the difference between reacting impulsively and responding thoughtfully. Remind yourself, "My child is not giving me a hard time. They are having a hard time." This mindset shift is transformative. It moves you from a place of conflict to a place of compassion. When you see their behavior as a cry for help or a sign of an unmet need, it's easier to access your own empathy and stay calm. And remember, it's okay if you mess up. We all do. If you do raise your voice, you can always go back and apologize. Saying something like, "I'm sorry I yelled. I was feeling frustrated. Let's try that again," is an incredibly powerful lesson for your child about repairing relationships and managing emotions. Let's put it all together. Your child is having a tantrum because they don't want to leave the playground. Your old instinct might be to say, "That's enough. We're leaving right now. I said so." Instead, try this. Get down on their level. Take a breath. Say in a calm, empathetic voice, "I know you're sad to leave. It's so much fun here." You've just validated their feeling. You're not agreeing to stay longer, but you're acknowledging their perspective. Then, give the clear, one-step instruction. "It's time to go home now. We can hold hands on the way to the car." You're calm, you're clear, and you're connecting with them. This approach won't work like magic every single time, but over time, it builds a foundation of trust and respect that makes these difficult moments much, much easier. Mastering calm and clear communication is a journey, not a destination. It's about building a connection with our kids where they feel seen, heard, and safe. When that safety is there, everything else, listening, cooperation, and learning falls into place. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on mindful parenting. Let me know in the comments what your biggest communication challenge is. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that so many parents grapple with: discipline. When you hear that word, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For a lot of us, it's punishment, timeouts, and maybe even raised voices. But what if I told you that the true meaning of discipline is something entirely different? Something far more powerful and positive. The root of the word discipline is actually to teach. It's not about making our kids feel bad for their mistakes. It's about teaching them how to do better next time. It's about guiding them, not controlling them. So, how do we shift from a punishment mindset to a teaching mindset? It starts with letting go of the idea that yelling or spanking is effective. Sure, these methods might stop a behavior in the short term out of fear, but they don't teach the why behind the rules. They often create resentment and damage the parent-child connection. Instead, we need to become our child's guide. This means setting clear, consistent, and age-appropriate boundaries. When your child knows exactly what's expected of them, they feel more secure and are more likely to cooperate. A huge part of this teaching process is explaining the reasons behind our rules. Saying "because I said so" is a dead end. But explaining, "we hold hands when we cross the street to keep our bodies safe from the fast cars," gives the rule meaning. It shows your child that rules aren't just arbitrary demands. They exist for a reason, usually for safety, health, or respect for others. When children understand the logic, they're more likely to internalize the rule and make good choices on their own, even when you're not looking. This builds their critical thinking skills and their internal moral compass. Now, let's talk about consequences. This is where the real learning happens. Instead of imposing unrelated punishments, like taking away a toy because they refuse to eat their vegetables, let's focus on natural and logical consequences. A natural consequence is what happens without any adult intervention. If a child refuses to wear their jacket, the natural consequence is that they will feel cold. A logical consequence is something you set up that is directly related to the behavior. For example, if they make a mess with their toys, the logical consequence is that they need to help clean it up before they can move on to the next activity. This directly links their action to the outcome, teaching responsibility in a way that a random punishment never could. This approach is often called positive guidance. It's about focusing on what you want your child to do, rather than what you don't want them to do. Instead of saying, "Don't run inside," try, "Please use your walking feet in the house." Instead of "Stop yelling," try, "I can hear you better when you use a calm voice." This simple switch in language is incredibly powerful. It tells your child the correct behavior, models respectful communication, and avoids putting them on the defensive. When a child feels respected and understood, they are far more open to learning and cooperating. It transforms power struggles into moments of connection and teaching. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you feel frustrated, and you might slip back into old habits. That's okay. The key is to be patient with yourself and with your child. Every mistake is an opportunity for learning for them and for you. By choosing to teach instead of punish, you're not just correcting a behavior, you're building a foundation of trust, respect, and open communication that will last a lifetime. You're raising a child who understands right from wrong, not just one who is afraid of getting caught. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this gives you some new tools for your parenting toolkit. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on mindful parenting. Let me know in the comments what your biggest discipline challenge is. Let's support each other. See you in the next video. Hey, parents! Ever feel like you're constantly battling chaos at home? From meltdowns over bedtime to struggles with getting out the door, it can feel like a never-ending cycle. But what if I told you there's a simple, powerful tool that can bring a sense of calm and predictability to your family life, all while strengthening your bond with your child? It's not a magic wand, but it's close. It's the power of daily routines. You see, for children, the world can feel big, confusing, and sometimes a little scary. They thrive on predictability because it makes them feel safe and secure. When they know what's coming next, they feel in control. This is where daily routines come in. A consistent schedule for meals, playtime, and sleep isn't just about managing time. It's about building a foundation of trust. Think about it from your child's perspective. When you consistently have dinner at the same time every night, followed by a story, and then bedtime, they learn to trust that you will meet their needs. This simple, repetitive sequence sends a powerful message. I can count on you. I am safe. Every time you follow through on that routine, you're making a deposit into their emotional bank account, reinforcing that they are loved and cared for. This trust is the bedrock of a healthy parent-child relationship. Let's break down how this works. Routines eliminate the element of surprise, which can often be a trigger for anxiety and challenging behaviors in kids. When a child doesn't know what to expect, they might act out to gain a sense of control. But with a predictable daily flow, they understand the rules and expectations. For example, if cleanup toys always happens before snack time, it becomes a natural part of the day, not a dreaded command that comes out of nowhere. This reduces power struggles and negotiations, making your day smoother and more peaceful for everyone. The benefits go even deeper. A predictable environment doesn't just improve behavior. It builds confidence. When children successfully navigate their daily routines, they get a little boost of independence and accomplishment. They know they can brush their teeth, put on their pajamas, and get into bed because they've done it countless times before. This, I can do it, feeling is crucial for their developing self-esteem. They're not just following rules, they're mastering their own little world. Moreover, these daily touchpoints are golden opportunities for connection. The routine itself creates dedicated moments for you to be fully present with your child. The quiet conversation during a shared meal, the giggles during bath time, or the snuggles while reading a bedtime story. These aren't just tasks to check off a list. These are the moments where your bond deepens. These rituals become the highlights of their day, the cherished memories they'll carry with them. They're not just going to bed, they're having that special, quiet time with you. So, How do you start? Begin small. You don't need a rigid, minute-by-minute schedule. Pick 1 or 2 key times of the day, like mornings or evenings, and create a simple sequence of events. Maybe it's get dressed, brush teeth, have breakfast or dinner, play a quiet game, read a book, go to sleep. Use visual aids, like a chart with pictures for younger kids to help them understand the flow. And remember, the key is consistency, not perfection. Life happens. There will be days when things get off track, and that's okay. The goal is to provide a reliable structure most of the time. This stability gives your child the freedom to relax, explore, and simply be a kid, knowing that their world is safe and their connection with you is secure. By creating simple, loving routines, you're not just organizing your day, you're building a lifetime of trust, confidence, and connection. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on creating a happy, connected family. See you next time. Hey parents, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's at the heart of raising capable, happy kids, building their confidence and independence. It's one of the greatest gifts we can give them, setting them up for a resilient and fulfilling life. So, how do we do it? Let's get into the practical, everyday strategies that really work. First up, let's talk about the power of small decisions. Think about it. As adults, we make hundreds of choices a day. We can help our kids build this decision-making muscle early on. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Start small. Would you like to wear the blue shirt or the red shirt today? Should we have apples or bananas for a snack? These simple choices give them a sense of control and ownership. It tells them your opinion matters, and I trust you. As they get older, the decisions can get bigger. Maybe they choose which after-school club to join or how to spend their allowance. Each choice, no matter how small, is a stepping stone towards confident decision-making in the future. Another key area is encouraging them to try new things. The world can be a big, sometimes scary place, and it's natural for kids to feel hesitant. Our role is not to push them off the diving board, but to be the reassuring presence at the edge of the pool. Maybe it's trying a new food, learning to ride a bike, or joining a new playgroup. Frame it as an adventure, not a test. Say things like, "Let's just see what it's like," or "It's okay if it's tricky at first." Trying is the cool part. When they see us supporting their exploration without pressure, they're more likely to take that leap of faith. And remember, the goal isn't for them to be perfect at everything new they try. The goal is to build the courage to try in the first place. This brings me to a really important point. Praise the effort, not just the outcome. Our society often focuses on results, the A on the test, the goal in the game, the perfectly clean room. But when we only praise the result, we send an unintentional message that their worth is tied to their achievements. Instead, let's shift our focus to the process. Notice their hard work. Say, "I saw how you kept trying to build that tower even when it fell down. Your persistence is amazing." Or, "You studied so hard for that spelling test, and I'm so proud of your dedication." This type of praise builds a growth mindset. It teaches them that challenges are opportunities to grow, and that their effort is what truly counts. This is the foundation of genuine, unshakable confidence. It's not about being the best. It's about trying your best. Now, this can be the hardest part for us as parents. Stepping back and letting them solve their own problems. Our instinct is to swoop in and fix everything. Their toy is broken. We fix it. They have a disagreement with a friend. We mediate. They can't figure out a puzzle. we show them the answer. While this comes from a place of love, it can rob them of valuable learning opportunities. When they face a small, age-appropriate challenge, pause for a moment. Instead of giving the solution, offer guidance. Ask questions like, what have you tried so far? Or what do you think you could do next? This shows that you trust their ability to think critically and find solutions. Whether it's figuring out how to tie their own shoes or resolving a minor squabble, letting them struggle a bit and find their own way is a powerful lesson in competence. It teaches them that they are capable problem solvers. Ultimately, building confidence and independence is all about creating an environment of trust, safety, and support. When kids know that you're their safe harbor, they feel brave enough to set sail and explore. They need to know that if they try and fail, you'll be there to help them up, dust them off, and encourage them to try again. It's not about being a perfect parent, but a present and supportive one. Your belief in them becomes their inner voice. They grow up trusting themselves because you trusted them first. It's a journey we take with our children, one small, supportive step at a time, watching them grow into the confident, independent individuals they are meant to be. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope these tips were helpful. If you have any of your own strategies for building confidence in your kids, please share them in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on positive parenting. See you in the next one.